Okay, I've gone live now, just with my countdown.
Right, well, thank you very much, and welcome to another episode of Project December with myself, Dwayne the Captain Coffee, and Nate from Thwip Media, a good friend as always. How you doing, my friend?
Doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm all good, thank you very much. I have to say, thank you very much. If anybody's just seen the new intro we've got for the channel now, hopefully that should have come up all brilliantly in that lot, because our good friend Nate here has done his magic again, as always, for the channel and that lot, so we've got a nice new intro for us. So yes, thank you very much for that, my friend. And
No problem.
yes, we're all here to talk about some Daredevil Born Again stuff. Like now, I say I've warned him. I've only seen certain snippets, and I've got my thoughts about what's going forward with like the low level series of Marvel and stuff like that, sort of thing, like Street-Level and stuff, and what I think is going to happen with plot and stuff like that. So anything from here on out is completely brand new. So yeah,
Yeah,
we'll,
so
look forward to that.
if anyone is cautious about spoilers at all, obviously there could be some major or minor spoilers, but this stuff has been out for a while, so it's not like it's new to the internet. Like, it's been around for some time. So just be careful if you are fine with seeing some minor spoilers and hearing about some things we could be talking about that could be spoilers for the show, then just be aware of that. But we're not going to go too deep into it because obviously we don't know as much as you know. So
yeah, exactly.
It's all speculation at this point. It's all speculation.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, people have seen like set photos and like characters and stuff like that sort of thing. So we're just literally just talking about what we've seen, what's out there in the moment, and yeah, all that sort of stuff. But first of all, we have our traditional icebreaker question. What have we got for us today, my friend?
I do. So I'm kind of like nearing the end of my list. I kind of need to like add a few more to my list. So this one is, I'm interested to see what you say for this. So who is the most compelling character in the MCU for you? Not necessarily your favorite character, but who is the most compelling?
My first thought automatically probably goes to Loki.
Loki? All right.
Myself. Yeah, but I just fascinated just by everything, his character arc. It's just everything just about him. And I hope that's not the last we've seen of him. Obviously in Loki series 2, I'm hoping there is more to come from him, and just I just really am. Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it. I just fascinated from him. Just absolutely fascinated with him. So, what about yourself?
I was thinking about this. So Rocket was probably the first one that came to mind.
Ooh,
so
okay.
He's obviously like introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy. No one knows who he is at the time, and he ends up becoming one of the most lovable characters in that group. And then you see his character progression throughout the entirety of the MCU, and then that gut-wrenching finale in Guardians 3 with what he was going through. It was crazy. And he's just got so much, I don't know, I guess perseverance. Like, he's never going to back down for what he believes in, and he's a true leader, and we kind of get a glimpse of that at the end of Guardians 3, so I'm excited to see what his future, if they do go back to that team, what his future could bring in the MCU. But yeah, Rocket he's a really awesome character, and I think James Gunn did perfect with crafting his story, and I can't wait to see if he does more of that in the DCU. Like, if he can make you fall in love with a raccoon and a tree, then he can do a lot. So I'm looking forward to what he does in DC for that stuff.
I've always said, with him going to DC, I think that's a major blow for Marvel, massively, because he's just genius sort of thing. Like I said, to make him love with two like really random things, he could do wonders for Marvel, for DC.
Yeah.
Sorry, he really could that lot. And having Kevin Feige go up against him now, like Marvel vs DC stuff, that's gonna be a tough battle. Myself, anyway, I think, because he's got a fascinating brain, that lot, and stuff that he makes just work and click. It's going to be interesting to see what he comes up with in that lot. Like I say, is it Superman Legacy?
It's now been retitled to Superman. So it's the first movie that is Superman. Called just Superman. And they're still shooting it right now. Like, they started recently. There was the new logo that was released, and then there was a set photo of them in a snowy area for the Fortress of Solitude. So they're getting ahead on that.
So, I mean, I've never been really a bothered one for Superman. I can't stand the character, but if he can do wonders for someone like that, he'll probably do well. Bless him. Yeah. Anyway, off topic.
Back to Marvel.
Completely on that. Yeah, exactly. So this is just all about set photos and stuff like that sort of thing. So do you want to take us off, my friend? Sure. So I kind of
got it structured in 3 different ways. I'll get to that in a sec, but this project is one of my most anticipated MCU projects, like, probably ever. It's in my top 3 for the upcoming releases. It's probably up there with Deadpool and Wolverine and maybe Fantastic Four. Daredevil's, like I said before, my second favorite Marvel character of all time. He's a badass. He's awesome. I love this character, and I can't wait to see him finally get his own project again. It's been a long time coming.
When did the Netflix series come out? That was like 2015, 16?
The first season was 2015, I believe. 2015, and season 3 was like 2019. So it's been...
Oh, damn, also, it went as far as I thought it was, to be honest. I thought it was like 2015, 16, and 17 sort of thing.
Yeah, so it's been a while. I clearly remember I was in 9th grade when season 3 was coming out, and I was talking to someone who was like, bring your kid to work day with my dad, and I went to that, and there was this guy that was a fan of Daredevil, and we were just talking about season 3, and it was awesome.
Damn. That's nice. It makes me feel old, but that's nice.
So yeah, almost 5 years ago, I guess, was the last time we had a Daredevil episode. So yeah, like,
we still got a way of bleeding year.
Yeah, well, at least, like, we don't know officially when it's coming out, but hopefully it's next year. So we're gonna go over the rumored and confirmed plot points, the set photos and videos. I got a whole slideshow of that, so I'm gonna flip my window when we get to that, and then the future of the Street-Level MCU. So I'm excited for that too, because again, like I mentioned to you before, I've read the Chip Darsky Daredevil series, and that leads into an event called Devil's Reign, and I just recently finished that, and it was awesome. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that soon.
Definitely.
All right, so starting off, we got the plot points. Confirmed Mayor Fisk. So we're building off of the post-credit scene from Echo. Obviously, he's on the plane. He's seeing there's a mayoral race in New York. Someone powerful, someone that is able to hold the city by its throat and Fisk is intrigued by this. So it's a major setup. This aspect seems to follow very close to the Darsky series. Again, incredible series. Highly recommend if you haven't read it. But if they're leaning into this, then there's no question they're leading up to Devil's Reign. Maybe he's implementing the anti-vigilante law in this. Maybe it's something he's starting to introduce as the series goes on. This was an element from the comic that bans vigilantes and superheroes from New York, which then allows his criminal empire to thrive. So he's got no competition. He can just, do his dirty work. And what role do you think Vanessa plays in this? Because she was in the original draft of the show, and we're not 100% sure if she's carried on after the creative overhaul. So what role do you think she could play in the Mayor Fisk storyline?
I can't... I want to say... You'd say it's going to be a love interest or something like that sort of thing. Myself. And maybe he's going to try and, I think it was in the comics where she's, targeted to get at Daredevil, I think. If I'm thinking that right, I'm not too sure. But that's what I can see myself now. I think she's going to be very hit upon sort of thing to show her these weak side sort of thing. He's always caring about people he's close to him and stuff like that. And then people that's close to him is going to get hit majorly in this sort of thing, because it's going to be weaned out. It's going to be the ones that's close to him are going to be weaned out, and then he'll just be broken and fragile, and then that's when he'll strike sort of thing, because he's going to have just everything ruined for him. Myself.
Yeah, I had the same kind of feeling. She's probably going to be targeted by other villains to get at Fisk, if they're not already working for him. We're going to get to it, but Bullseye, last time we saw him in season 3, he was trying to kill Vanessa at their wedding. And didn't work out for him, but who knows if he's still got that motivation. So
this time it didn't work out.
Yeah, so that's all we know so far for the Mayor Fisk storyline. Again, read the Chip Darsky series if you haven't. Anyone watching, I know you have it, but it's incredible. It seems like that's going to be the basis for what this story is going to be. I'm excited to see Mayor Fisk, because that's such a cool aspect to progress Vincent D'Onofrio's portrayal. Obviously, he was just a guy in the background in season 1 who eventually was revealed to the city. Season 2, he's in prison. Season 3, he's out, and he's the kingpin. He's back.
Yeah.
So,
and that sort of progresses on with Echo as well. In Echo, he's got all these.
Oh, sorry, you're
Hawkeye. Oh, you're good.
All right, say something.
You're good.
Okay, you're back. You just jumped out.
Oh, bless you. So you look at I don't know if you see it much in the Hawkeye episode in the series, but the Echo series, that is very. He's got his hands in quite a lot of things now, and he's quite the big boss man, kingpin of it all, sort of thing. So he's definitely still got all that control and power over so many things. And when he eventually does become mayor, that power is just going to exceed, sort of thing, and he's just going to have literally everybody working for him, even if it's the cops, just everything, sort of thing. It's going to be under his reign, and he can just get away with murder, sort of thing. Which you want, in a way, you want to see him like that, because that's how he is. It's just that's what he's always like, sort of thing. So it'd be nice to have that portrayed properly just on the screen.
And obviously that was a huge part of the Daredevil series with the corrupt police force, and that's also a huge part in the Darsky series, where he's Matt's dealing with the corrupt justice system, the corrupt police system, all of that, and it's all because of Fisk. And I'm very excited to see more of that in the MCU, because you get some really gritty stuff, and some very interesting reveals could come out of that too. So very excited for that to happen in this. So any more thoughts you have on Mayor Fisk?
Just that I'm looking forward to it really much, because just seeing him with all the, to get away with murder, and then I'd say if they do bring in the vigilante law as well in that law, that'll be really good. Now, that'll be interesting to see how they portray that and work that around, sort of thing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And it's going to be so good, so good to see him like that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like Vincent D'Onofrio's a legend. Like I can't wait to see him
How
come
is?
back.
I thought in the original Daredevil film, even though I couldn't stand the original Daredevil film, the bloke that played Kingpin in that, I thought he played him brilliantly in that lot. I won't be able to tell you his name is because I'm so crap with names, but I thought he really played him well. But as you see the new one, obviously the Daredevil series, it's literally Kingpin ripped out of the books.
Yeah.
He's there. It's just so good.
Yeah. So the next one, which seems to be confirmed, is Muse. So this is a character we haven't seen before in any TV show, movie, or anything. He's a serial killer from Charles Soule's comic run. It's a, I guess, early 2000s run. I haven't read it yet, but I do have it. I just got Michael Clark Duncan. That was the name of the guy that played Kingpin in the original movie.
Yeah, I think he played him brilliantly, to be honest. But D'Onofrio now just wipes the floor with him, to be honest. So good.
So back to Muse. I haven't read that series, but I do have it. Apparently he's quite an interesting character.
Okay.
He does have powers, though. He has the power of imperceptibility. I hope I'm saying it right. His body acts as a vortex that pulls in all the sensory information around him, which makes that hard for Matt to detect him. He's got superhuman strength, speed, and he's an expert combatant. So he sounds super dangerous, but I'm wondering if this approach to the character in the MCU would be a more grounded approach.
I would have thought so.
Daredevil's never taken on any supernatural. Well, I guess with the hand, there's some aspect to it, but with this is actual superpowers. So it's we don't know for sure if they're gonna lean into the power side of this character, or they're gonna take the name of the character and just make him the serial killer. That he in the comic he's known for just graphic
joints.
art and graffiti and
damn.
Propaganda kind of in a way. So he sounds super dangerous, but this can lead, if they are doing the superpowered version, this can lead to more fantastical Daredevil interactions maybe in the future. Maybe he gets to deal with Ghost Rider or something like that, some of his other villains, and it opens up a whole new window for him, which would be a huge shift from the Netflix show. But we're gonna get to it, but there's graffiti in the set photos that are tagged by Muse. He's got his name on them. So I'm excited to see what this character does. I'm pretty sure he's still in the second draft of the show, so I'm excited to see what comes out of that. So what are your thoughts on this new character?
I said myself, I've never heard of Muse, to be honest. Now it seems very Claw-esque sort of thing, with sound waves and
I guess so.
That sort of stuff. Yeah, it seems very like that. But I'll be very interested. I'll be like, I know, the Marvel Spotlight into all the street level sort of ones. I'll be very interested to see if they did go to that extreme, because you sort of seen how Echo can have echoes of her ancestors and stuff like that sort of thing. So if he did have a super sort of powered person in the series, it'd be quite interesting, because he's never really had that combatant, like you said, obviously with the hand and Elektra and that lot, but other than that it's not really been that high up. So it'd be quite interesting to see him in a grounded series go up against somebody like that sort of thing. So that would be really interesting. And they say they could just take it in the way where he's just a serial killer and just murders people and that lot, but I'd like to see him have that not superhero, but the super-powered person go up against him, just to see how he can deal with it, sort of thing, to myself.
Especially someone that he can't detect. That's going to be a huge problem for him.
Yeah, massively.
If he's an expert combatant, the same way Daredevil is, but Daredevil can't fight him because he can't like feel where he is, then that's a huge issue. So
It'd
yeah,
be
I'm
quite
very
nice to see how the series progresses, how he overcomes that, and he works out
yeah.
how to combat against him, sort of thing. Because you never know, that probably it won't be the only person he'll be going up against. There'll be a load more others. So
No. So I've also heard that the series is kind of like it's bunched up into separate parts. I know that was a part of the first draft of the show. We don't know for sure if it's a part of the second draft, but they had a whole arc where it was like
yeah,
it was focused on White Tiger. There was an arc on Punisher. There was an arc on something else. That's when it was the original like 18 episodes,
yeah,
and they've probably
yeah.
condensed
Because
it.
it's not that anymore now. Yeah, so they've brought it down. It's not going to be 18 episodes anymore into now. It's going to be a lot lower to how the other ones are being a bit lower, isn't they? I think. What
Yeah, I
I've
think it's
seen
going to be
anyway.
around 9 maybe. So they've
Yeah,
condensed it by a lot.
which
Yeah.
which is understandable. Yeah, which is understandable. I don't mind that sort of thing. It's not the 6 episodes that really grate me sort of thing. At least they've stretched it out a bit and it's having a bigger chunk. So we don't know whether they're going to do. I wouldn't have thought it, but I don't know whether they're going to do how they did with Echo, we just dumped them all out, or they're going to have it like weekly episodes sort of thing. Myself, I don't like they do the first 2
Yeah.
maybe, and then have weekly episodes after that. That's what I like.
I think
anyway.
they'll do that too, the weekly release, because that makes sense for the character. Like, it's obviously someone that has an audience. They're going to build it up each week, see where the story goes, and then like everyone gets more excited as it goes.
Yeah.
Because we'll get to it, but there's probably going to be some big things happening by the end of the show if they do stick to the storyline. All right, so the next one is Bullseye. He's confirmed. Wilson Bethel is returning as the character. He was incredible in Daredevil Season 3. He's probably one of the best parts of the entire series, in my opinion.
Probably the best person I've seen portray Daredevil as well myself.
Bullseye, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. You know.
I mean, I guess he was in the Daredevil suit, so.
Yeah.
We left off with him undergoing surgery on his back because Fisk like slams him into a brick wall, and he's obviously like very like hurt.
Yeah.
And he wakes up in the middle of that surgery, and you see the bullseye in his eye. So, does he still have bad blood with Fisk? Do you think he is still after some revenge for him for killing the woman he loves?
It's got to surely now. Like myself is. I don't know. Yeah, it's got to surely now.
I think he's still he may start out like that, but maybe they come to an understanding eventually.
Oh, do you think they'll get to work together eventually
I think so.
again
Because
by the end? You think?
At least in the comic, Bullseye is so out of control. He's someone that Fisk has to get help with controlling this person, because when he gets out, he goes on a huge massacre across the city.
He's not very controllable, is he? He's just a loose cannon.
In the comic, he's like literally just sniping civilians, like just randomly. Like he's that crazy. He's just going on a massacre across the city. So I don't think we'll see that in this, but maybe he gets to the point where he does get his mental breakdown, and well, I guess he already kind of has, but he becomes the like true assassin that Bullseye is. Like, this guy is super dangerous. Obviously he's a huge pain in Matt's ass. Like, he's been around for a long time for him, so I'm super excited to see him come back. I'm hoping they do build up to the Kingpin and Bullseye kind of partnership at some point again.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the suit later on with the set photos. He's got a new suit. So yeah, super excited for Bullseye.
I do think though as well they will, because like we said, it's a lot more grounded sort of stuff with the Marvel spotlight. I do think we'll see a lot. If it's anything to go with Echo, I do think you will see him taking out a few just heads blown off and sniping people and all sort of thing. It's going to be a very more graphic, very more
Yeah,
graphic.
because he does some messed up things in the like season 3 too. Like that whole scene where he's breaking into the New York Bulletin, and he's just killing people to get to was it the criminal that Karen and Foggy are protecting in the office?
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Hey Karen," and then he like points the gun up, and then he shoots like between the people or something and shoots the guy in the head.
Yeah.
But he's like throwing staplers at people, he's throwing pencils, and he's like killing all of them just to get to this one guy. So
But well, I think as well that was just on the Netflix. We've not really seen anything since Echoes, before Echo anyway. We've not really seen that in the MCU. So bringing all that into the MCU is going to be a big thing from them. So they started off not lightly because there was some nasty stuff in Echo and that lot. So if they're going to be more like that sort of thing and bring that goriness from Netflix series into the MCU, it's going to be so good.
yeah, and
really, really good.
We didn't talk about this with Fisk, but the car door scene with Fisk, if that was what they did in Netflix, then like we might get something either very similar to that in this or even worse. So
yeah,
I don't see how you top that scene. Like that was crazy when I saw that.
Yeah.
So yeah, any more thoughts on Bullseye?
No, so again, really looking forward to seeing how he, like I say, progresses to just being that absolute nutter in that lot, and him just being the loose cannon and just doing whatever he wants, sort of thing, just to like he has enjoyment over it, sort of thing. He's not. Sometimes it's not like a job to him. It's just, oh, sorry, what we're going to do
That's
today.
That's exactly
sort of
what it is in the book. He's like, I've killed this many people today. How many can I kill tomorrow? And then he goes to that craziness. Like he's literally just doing it for the fun of killing people. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got White Tiger, and I put this as 85% confirmed because Marvel Studios has not openly stated the characters in the series. The set photos make it look like that's the character, but what if they're just playing us? Like, what if it's a completely different character that just happens to look like White Tiger?
See, this is what I was thinking. With the clip I've seen of a certain other character, we'll probably talk about. And yeah, with what happens in that video, I'm like, surely you're not going to do that. Surely you're going to have something about it. So why would you do that? And I don't know. I'd like to see it in, but again, surely you're not just going to like that. So
yeah, because again, they haven't openly said this character is going to be in it. This is like fan speculation based on what the set photos looked like. So I'm interested to see if this is true. By the way, the White Tiger is Hector Ayala. I think I'm saying that right. He's a more classic character. He's basically Black Panther, but it's White Tiger. There's like an amulet that he gets the tiger power from, something like that. Again, that's more of a fantastical side to this show, so who knows if they lean into that. There's no clear ideas as to what role he will play. Like, we'll get to the set photos, but it's very random what he's doing. Maybe he was only supposed to be in the original plot for the series, and the set photos are just surfacing now.
Maybe.
Because he was like the first arc in that series. Because originally it was about Matt, I guess, stepping back from being Daredevil and just being Matt Murdock. And then this character comes into it, and he needs Matt to defend him in court. And then it uncovers a whole conspiracy in that, and Matt has to come back to being Daredevil.
Oh.
So, who knows if they're sticking to that, but I'm interested to see what happens with this character if he's in it. A lot of people have complained that his suit looks like garbage. It looks very homemade. Like, we haven't really seen it from the front. We've only seen from the side and the back. But, again, we don't know for sure if that's who this character is, so we're just going to have to wait and see.
See, with some of these things as well, when things get leaked and stuff like that sort of thing, you don't really know the 100% authenticity of it. So they could have just put that out there just to say, oh yeah, look at this, and it could just be a massive red flag and a total divergence to other people. Because I was going to say this on last week's stream for Deadpool, sorry, but the bit at the end where you see the Secret Wars comic and Wolverine coming and guttering, to me, I think that's a big red flag because I can't see them having that clip in the film. I think that's literally just for the trailer. So, with stuff like these set photos, I don't know. Some of them seem red flaggish to me.
Yeah, some of them they could be playing us because they've done it before. I forget which project, but it was one of the recent ones. I think they had a set photo and everyone's like, "Oh my God, this thing is in it," and then it was fake. Um, I forget which one it was though, but yeah. So that's the White Tiger storyline. Any more thoughts on him?
No, I say I'm just very cautious, very very cautious. If he isn't it, brilliant. I want him to really develop the character. But how are you going to develop the character in this new format when you've already got all the stuff with Kingpin going on, with Matt Murdock, with Foggy and Nelson and stuff like that? So I'm a
Yeah.
bit.
That was the other big thing in the original draft is that it was going to open with Foggy dying, and that was why Matt stepped back.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's why Feige
Damn,
said
I did not know
you
that.
need to dial this back because you can't do that. Like, and Eldon Henson was going to come back just for that one episode to film his death scene, and Karen wasn't going to be in it at all. And
Yeah, I knew she weren't going to
uh,
be in it, but like the massive fan uproars managed to get them two back properly and stuff like that sort of thing, which I'm glad about because they needed to be in it. You can't just go
yeah,
from Netflix
well,
series with them not in it to them in it to not being in it.
like you've also got oh, what are their names? The ones that did Loki. It's and Moon Knight. Aaron
Oh,
Moorhead and Justin Benson, or it's
yeah,
the other way around. I can't remember.
yeah.
But them two, if they've done Moon Knight and they directed Loki season 2. I can't remember if they were involved in season 1, but like
Mm.
if they've proved they can do awesome projects like that, then they're obviously listening to fan feedback and what Feige's telling. Like, you guys need to bring this back to the Netflix
Oh, yeah,
state.
massively.
So I have high faith in them. Like,
Mm.
they've done
Oh,
some incredible work, and who knows, like, maybe they can direct an Avengers movie. Like, if they did Loki season 2, I'd want to see them do Secret Wars.
oh, massively, yeah, 100%. Because the work they've done already can only get better now. Because that's what they did with
The Russos.
the Russos. Yeah, the Russo brothers now. Like they just how well they did with the Captain America series, and then it was like, yeah, oh, here's the Avengers. Then go for it. So like
Yeah.
they knocked it out of the park. It was absolutely amazing that lot. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I can see either them two doing Secret Wars or the ones that have done the Spider-Verse movies. They've said they want to do something in the Marvel Studios. Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
I don't know. I do it right. If them two are gonna do it, don't do no stupid cop out ending they did for the lean into the Spider Verse. That really pissed me off. But yeah,
You weren't a
so
fan of
that's a
that?
conversation. Yeah, if they had in Into the Spider Verse Part 1, I'd have allowed it. But how they just cut it off and oh, you've got to wait till the next film that lot. Oh no, piss off! Not a chance. Really wound me up. But yeah, that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, like obviously we had Into the Spider-Verse, then we had Across the Spider-Verse, and we knew there was going to be another one.
Oh
But
yeah, but oh sorry, yeah, it was the Across the Spider Verse. When in the Across the Spider Verse, why don't they just say Part 1? Because they had it on the toys. They had done loads of the toys here.
that was
They had Part 1.
that was the original title. That was the original. They were going to do part 1 and part 2, and then they renamed the second part, the second part afterwards.
I'd have how that ending was. I'd have rather had Part 1 still, because at least then I could expect that cliffhanger ending. I went into that film thinking, oh, it's going to be really good and sort of thing, and then it ended like that, and I was spitting bullets up until that last 10 minutes of that film. No, I loved it up until that last 10 minutes of the film, and I was
Yeah,
spitting bullets.
I still think it's an incredible
No,
movie. It just
ooh.
kind of feels incomplete at the end. Okay, back to Daredevil.
Massively, yeah. Again, just, yeah.
Next we got the Punisher, who is confirmed. John Bernthal has remained on the series after the creative overhaul. Apparently, he was not a fan at all of how they were handling his character in the original version.
Ooh.
He almost
Oh,
left
right, okay.
the series because he was like,
Shit.
"You guys clearly don't understand what you're doing here." So he
Damn,
almost
did
left.
it?
Apparently, he plays a much more important role now, and he's back. Like, he's like, yeah, this is the Punisher. He's gonna do some messed up things. So
Ooh.
yeah, so there's a
Okay.
rumor that he's going to be targeting corrupt cops that are abusing the Punisher symbol. Obviously, there's, like, in real life events, there have been people that have been abusing that symbol for bad things. We're not sure if this is a part of the abandoned plot before the overhaul or if this is, like, continuing. But I'm interested to see if it gets carried over because, again, it could be an interesting thing for him to just randomly, you know, like, maybe he's been under the radar because we haven't seen him in the MCU before up to this point, with any other characters. So maybe he's been under the radar, kind of taking out these corrupt cops in the background. But there's another big thing about this character for the set photos that we're going to talk about very soon. So, yeah, excited for Punisher to come back. Jon Bernthal is perfect for the Punisher. Yeah, I can't wait to see him. So what are your thoughts on this?
So when I found out that he was definitely coming back, I didn't realise that he was being mishandled for the first load of writings and stuff like that sort of thing. But with just knowing he's coming back, I was just over the moon that lot. And so I just fell in love with how he portrayed the Punisher. I thought it was perfect, how they handled it and everything. And if they did go along to changing, obviously, the Punisher symbol, because obviously of outside event sort of thing, I'd be totally fine with that because obviously it had to happen in the comics and everything like that sort of thing. Yeah. So I'd be very because Marvel, I think, are very good at noticing them cultural changes that are happening in the real world sort of thing. So if they've done it in the comics, I'd be very happy for them to do it in the series, as well. Just so they're not letting it just out there saying, oh yeah, we know there's loads of craps happening with that, but it's still our Punisher symbol. No, just have it, change it, actually incorporate to the story, and then have it like that sort of thing with his new symbol, which would be really good. Now I'd be really looking forward to that. So if they did bring that in, that'd be great. But yeah, just more Punisher in general. I absolutely adored the series and just the character in general is fantastic. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing him coming in.
Yeah, and even in I think it was Devil's Reign. Yeah, in Devil's Reign, there's like because I have the omnibus for it, so there's an Elektra storyline, and there's a huge surprise with him at the end of that I was like, oh shit, I did not see that coming.
Oh, right, okay.
So if you're interested in reading that part of it, then it's really, really good. So yeah, that's the Punisher. That's all I've got for the plot points that we, I guess, can talk about right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got the set photos and videos next. If you wanted to switch, I don't know if you can see on my stream.
Let's have a look.
I've got a slideshow here. Right, can you see? There should be a picture of Bullseye on the screen.
I'm just on yours now. Let's have a look. Can't see anything at the moment. It's literally just a picture of me at the moment on here. If I've got to...
I know you did your cheat thing the last time we did something like this. I don't know if you remember how that worked.
Let me have a look. I went onto your channel, didn't I think?
Oh yeah, I guess you could do that too.
Yeah, went into that, done that. So just do that. Just have a look. So I can get your live stream up. Let me just grab that for you 1 second. Come on, there we go. So that, and there we go. Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all there. All
right. So I've got a total of 17 pictures. Like, we can go through them faster than that, but yeah, this is a set photo of Bullseye. He's got a full suit. Obviously, it's very different from what we were expecting, but this is what he looks like in the Chip Darsky run.
Myself, I think that's the starting off suit.
Yeah.
Myself, I've seen this photo and that lot, and I think that's a starting off one where it was probably early on in the series. Myself, but yeah, that's the starting off suit. For myself personally, I'd say.
If you look at him, he's got like a ton of knives here. He's got a gun. He's got a holster here. Like, that looks like he's not messing around.
No, 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 no. He's on the warpath
Yeah.
all day long again.
So again, I think he looks awesome. I can't wait to see what he's doing in this scene because, again, there's set videos, there's more of what is happening, but why it's happening, we don't know. I think it's going to be awesome. So, yeah, that's what Bullseye looks like. Next, we have got Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox, with Aaron Moorhead and Justin Benson. I just see I've got someone in the chat. Roy Cyberpunk, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Yes, you are the only one here. Thank you for being a I guess committed guest for this. So yeah, we've got an image of Justin Benson, Aaron Moorhead with Charlie Cox on the set. That's just great to see. Like it looks like they're having a great time. Obviously, they have a good rapport with the crew. So this gives me a lot of hope for this series because like they're two like really good directors. So I'm really interested to see what they do with this series.
It's nice to see that the actors with the directors and everything just having a real camaraderie sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they're all very like happy and very go lucky with each other now. So it's really nice to see photos of them laughing and joking and enjoying the work. So it's nice to see, especially after all the writer strikes and actor strikes and stuff. Just seeing pictures like this really brings it out. So it's really nice to see.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the three of them. Next, we've got the new Daredevil suit with Bullseye. Again, that suit looks so clean. Like, it's a lot more red, which I like. I'm hoping they add the DD on it somewhere. But yeah, I think it looks really, really good. Like, this is a true upgrade from the Netflix series, and it's gonna look really cool.
Yeah, it looks just so nice, sort of thing. I do hope, like I said, the DD comes somewhere along this sort of thing. Like again, it could be another starting off point where he's building it up, sort of thing. I do miss the was it red and yellow or golden?
The red and yellow is in She-Hulk.
Sort of thing, yeah. The one from the She-Hulk. I did like that suit. I really, really did like that suit. Like I said, I've not seen this one you've showed here, but yeah, I did like that suit. So I'm a bit gutted didn't see that suit again now, but yeah, and it does look good and yeah, so nice, so clean.
Yeah, and the red and yellow, now that I think of it, that was before the Netflix shows were considered canon.
So, was it?
So maybe they... Because that was originally Daredevil's first costume in the comics. It was the red and yellow.
Yeah.
So maybe they... Once they said, like, when Echo was coming out, we have to, you know, like, it's the same Fisk. We have to make these shows canon. Maybe they just abandoned that and they stuck with the red suit. But I would be interested to see the black cloth suit. Like that looks so awesome.
Oh yeah, that was really nice. That like that. Oh. That was the black across his eyes. That were very Matrixy sort of thing. So I did really like that.
I just think like that's a really cool homemade costume. Like that just looks like so scary, kind of. All right, next one. We've got Bullseye pointing a giant gun. Obviously a huge suppressor on it. But Daredevil's looking like he's going to tackle him, and obviously we'll get to more of that soon. But I did see a video. Bullseye's walking through this street, and you see him pull the gun up, and he says, "Hello, Karen," and he like pulls it up, and then the video just cuts.
Oh.
I've seen that one.
Oh.
So something is going on, and you'll see
video.
it soon. That there is something going on here with Karen involved, and Matt's coming to save her. So, which makes sense because Karen and Poindexter had a kind of not relationship, but it was like a back and forth in season 3. They were like they had some competition with each other. So yeah, that's a neat picture there.
That does look quite good. I'd say that you can tell that's a hitman's pistol.
Yeah.
That silence, right? That's a bad boy silence, right? Like, so, but yeah, this again, another picture I've not seen. That's really interesting. That lot, I'm quite liking that sort of thing. So yeah, that's
Just see
nice.
from Roy Cyberpunk. Some people don't like that Cox has
Oh,
a
yeah.
shaggy beard because in the comics, superheroes are usually clean shaven, but that's because it's easier to draw them that way. That's really all there is. Yeah, that's true. They made them
Yeah,
clean shaven
yeah.
because it was easy. In the modern comics, he's got some, he's got some facial hair, and I think it looks good. When he's got the mask on too, he's got some of the hair kind of coming out. It's not like a full-on beard in that run, but I think later on, after Devil's Reign, he's got like an actual beard. So yeah, thank you,
Good
Roy, for
comment
that
there.
comment.
Yeah, yeah, good comment there. I can totally understand where he's coming from. That lot. So yeah, really well, good point.
And like Charlie Cox doesn't have a full beard. He's got the stubble, but he's. I don't think he's gonna get a full beard.
No,
I'd be interested to see if he does later on, but in this, it looks
yeah.
like he's got the stubble. Next up, there's another look at Charlie Cox inside Josie's bar. That was a place from the Netflix series. That was like their go-to bar. Obviously, it's a place in the comics too, but they're filming a fight scene in here, and you get a front look at the suit. He's got like the armor plating. It looks like he's got the whole helmet, and he's got the red eye lenses. I love that because that was so cool. And when they introduced it in season 2 of Daredevil, where he has the red eyes, I thought that was perfect.
I don't recognise them crosses.
Those,
Or is that, do you think?
at the bottom,
Yeah.
that's something to add in post.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm gonna say I thought it had like a crucifix or something like that there for a minute.
No.
I was like, what the hell's that? So that's new. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
just a
that'll be
marker for them
interesting.
to add something in post. Maybe he's got a
That'd be
hole in the
interesting.
suit. Maybe he's been stabbed.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so that's that one.
Again, not another photo I've not seen, so that'll be interesting. It's like his stunt doubles in the background
Yeah,
as well.
that looks like a stunt double in the street here, because that's a lot of facial hair. He also doesn't have the lenses on in that scene, but again, it's another cool look at the suit. Next, we've got Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk in it looks like a diner somewhere, one of those like pop-up diners in New York. There are other pictures, like these obviously aren't all the set photos, but there's one with him and Matt Murdock in that same building. Who knows what they're discussing in there? Maybe they're having a meeting of some kind. But yeah, so it looks like this is maybe Fisk just, going around doing his rounds as he's running for mayor, like, you have my support if you elect me, kind of thing. Or he's just enjoying a meal, who knows.
My first thought was something like it'd be like going around doing the protection money sort of thing. It's like you pay us such and such, and we'll make sure this place isn't hit or anything like that sort of thing.
That is true, yeah. Maybe he's got some kind of, like, he's got his fingers in there somewhere. Next one, another one. This is of Vincent D'Onofrio leaving the diner, but, I mean, he just looks so cool. Like, he's back. I don't know if you can see this one yet, if you've got to that point.
It's tad slow at the moment. I've just seen Cyberpunk has just made another comment saying they made many shots of that scene involving different victims. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Okay. Yeah, looks a bit rough and ragged there now. I'll be interested to see what is coming out there for. But okay. Again, I see a lot of these I've not seen anyhow, so this is really interesting to see what they've done. So
okay, I'll just keep moving if you get because you'll get the pictures after.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Matt, Karen, and Foggy standing outside Josie's bar. This is cool seeing the three of them back together finally. Because obviously in the first draft you wouldn't get this.
No.
And now that we've got it, it's like this is basically Daredevil season 4. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
This is awesome that they've gone back and they've said people like this, we need to go this route, and they've done it. So I love that.
Oh, yeah, massively a lot. I just don't understand how you can't bring them back. They needed to be in. There was just no way of doing a new Daredevil without them. It was so integral to the Daredevil Netflix series. They had to be there. So
Yeah, and I know they've introduced a couple new characters. I know they were in the original ones. There's one, Kirsten McDuffie. She's another lawyer. Um, I know she was like originally the love interest for Matt in the first version, and I'm
yeah,
pretty sure she's moved on to this version, but just not in the same role. And then there were a few others I can't remember, but Roy Singh again. I remember a photo in which we see Fisk, Matt, and Foggy with Foggy talking to Fisk. I haven't seen that one, but that sounds cool.
no. That'd be interesting to see, to be honest.
All right, next we have Karen again outside Josie's. It looks like this might be what the bullseye scene. She's got blood on her face. That looks very interesting. What's going on here? I'm interested to see if they're making Karen the independent investigator kind of thing that they did in the Netflix series, where she's kind of gone off out of her way to kind of, undo the conspiracy, what's actually happening in the background. And that's what was really cool about her character in the Netflix series, is that she was relentless in her pursuit to just find out the truth. And
I was going to say she was on the similar sort of lines as Jessica Jones, where she did her own private investigations, but hers was a bit more spy sort of stuff.
I guess, yeah.
Where she just went out and got the information sort of thing. So yeah, I'd like to see her carry on that persistent sort of thing, especially with Kingpin. Obviously, we know he's going to become mayor now. It'd be very interesting to see her really dig deep down and go, right, they're corrupt cops, so we need to dig up more dirt on them and stuff like that sort of thing. So
you just reminded me too of that scene in season 3 when Fisk is in the safe house when he's still being monitored by the FBI, and Karen goes to visit him, and she pisses him off so much to the point where he wants to kill her, but he can't because he's under FBI watch. And she's like, you want to kill me right now, don't you? I know you do, but you can't because you're like a guinea pig right now. I love that scene. She was so good in that.
She's just such a good character. She's just such a good character. She's portrayed it so well. Really looking forward to seeing her back.
I would love to see Tom Holland doing a non-costume cameo as Peter Parker. Dude, yeah.
We've all said that.
You know me, huge Spider-Man fan. I'd love to see that interaction because obviously in No Way Home they interact with each other. But yeah, definitely.
Even if it's a bump in the street or something like that, it'd be so good.
Yeah. Next, you've got Foggy and Matt outside of Josie's. It looks like they're kind of in between takes right now in this picture. But again, good seeing the two of them again together. Yeah, I guess it's just in between takes, and two of them are kind of going at it.
It's just nice just seeing how much they get along. It's just the camaraderie is just really good to see, because you don't really see many of these, especially during films and stuff like that. With it being filmed on, it's wide open, streets and stuff like that sort of thing. These little snippets just to see, it's really nice. Really is nice.
Yeah. And obviously, Eldon Henson, who plays Foggy, he, like we said before, he was originally in the first draft of the show, but he was going to die. So I'm interested to see what role he plays in this, because he was, he's Matt's best friend, but he's also, he does his digging like Karen does. I'm interested to see if he's kind of progressed as a lawyer. Maybe he's kind of, he's got a bigger role than Matt does, because Matt, he's just a defense lawyer. He's also Daredevil, so he can't have huge commitments to, higher level jobs. But I'm interested to see what role Foggy plays in this.
Oh, massively. Yeah. It'd be really interesting to see that.
Next, you've got Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock just walking down the street. This is Matt Murdock. He looks so awesome. It feels so good seeing Matt Murdock in the street, down in that environment. It just looks so good. I'm really interested to see what they kind of pull from, because obviously in the first season you see a lot of him walking in the street, but he's witnessing a lot of things happening around him. And it's so gritty and dark, and that's what I feel the Daredevil like character, that's where he shines, is in that environment. So I'm really hoping they do some of that again in this.
So what we chatted about, I'm concentrating on more like series sort of production. This is just like a perfect place for him, and I'm so glad they've gone to this Marvel Spotlight sort of thing with more ground-based characters and stuff. It's going to be so good because it's going to shine something right. It's really nice.
Yeah, definitely. Like, again, Charlie Cox, he looks perfect in this role. Like, he's a great actor, like, from the start, but him as Matt Murdock, like, he is Matt Murdock. Like, I can't see anyone else playing the character but him.
No.
Next up, we've got a newspaper that says Wilson Fisk campaign gains momentum heading into polls. So this does basically confirm the Mayor Fisk storyline. It shows he has the lead in the election right now, so it's getting very close to him actually becoming the mayor of New York. So very excited to see if that actually plays out the way it's supposed to, or Daredevil steps in just as the election is coming to its end and does something that hurts his election results. But I don't see why they would do that if they're going to lean into Devil's Reign. It's the ideal outcome for the storyline. So, again, I'm interested to see if they do follow through with that, but it would be awesome if they do.
Oh, yeah, massively a lot. And do you think... How many episodes do you think, then, it's going to take for him to be confirmed as mayor? Do you think it'll be in the first 2 or 3, or do you think they'll spread it out all the way up until the end?
I think his whole campaign is basically going to take up... Like, if we're saying this season is 9 episodes, let's say, I think it's going to take maybe 7 to 8. I think they'll make him the mayor at the very end, and that leads into the next project. And we'll get to that soon, but...
that'd be nice.
I think this series is going to build up the suspense of, will this guy become mayor? Yeah.
That'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
Like, that's my ideal structure for it. I think that's how they should do it.
And like we said with one of the older live streams we did, that's how they're concentrating now on like more series based sort of like directors and showrunners and stuff like that sort of thing. So it would make sense as well, like you said, have this whole bit about him becoming mayor, then the next series it would be him as mayor, and then like the series after that might be his downfall as mayor and stuff like that. So that'd be quite nice.
And next one, this is the graffiti art from Muse. Obviously you've got like a split kind of image of Kingpin. It does say King on it in the white suit part. There's some flames around it. I'll kind of zoom in. But it says Muse right under it. It says King on the white side and Pin on the black side. So this does confirm Muse will be in this. Again, to what role he plays, we don't know. But he's a very interesting character by the sounds of it. So very interested to see.
That is interesting.
What picture do you see right now? Just so I know where the delay's at.
The Kingpin one with Muse. You've just zoomed in that lot.
So yeah, that's a very cool tease at Muse there. I'm interested to see. I think the next picture is what he looks like in the comic. I can switch to that now. But if he looks like that, that's gonna be like really scary if they pull it off in live action.
I just never really heard the character and how he's. I was waiting for him to be somebody that's going to be like on the Kingpin's payroll sort of thing, but having him do that sort of graffiti, it looks like he's not against him, but very. I don't know. I can't portray it in that light.
He almost seems like he could be
very opposed to him.
I don't know if he's like a voice for the people in Hell's Kitchen. He's the figure that's saying, you know, they don't really want him as the mayor, and he's maybe just like doing propaganda graffiti across Hell's Kitchen. And he's killing people that are maybe involved with Fisk's organization. and Matt has to come in and say, dude, you can't do that. Like, you're killing people, but also you're a very dangerous person.
You're stirring it up a bit more, something that don't need to be in that lot. But that, I tell you what, if he's been, I've got the one where you're him doing the comics, that looks damn. That would be some freaky ass stuff. That's how he's been doing in the series. That lot, Jesus wept.
It kind of reminds me of I don't know if you know the Watchmen, but Rorschach.
Oh yeah.
It kind of looks like that, just with the pattern. But like, I'm interested because obviously for Rorschach, his patterns are always changing. I'm interested to see if his face, like the ink kind of effect, if his face will change as like he's moving around and stuff like that.
Maybe
that would look really cool.
I don't know. I see just the sheer like white face, just the blood coming straight down his face. That lot. There's just them lines are really piercing. That lot. Like, oof.
I think that's gonna look really cool if they pull it off. This next one is the Nelson, Murdoch, and Page sign. This was one of the older ones, so I don't know if this is still the look they're going for, but it confirms that the three of them still have their firm they established at the end of season 3. So the three of them are obviously still working together. So yeah, it's gonna be good to see that.
I hope so. I hope that's still a part of it, because it just looks really nice and proper official sort of thing.
Yeah,
so,
I don't see why they wouldn't. If the three of them are back, then it would make sense. But we're gonna see what happens with that. And this last one, this is apparently the White Tiger. I can zoom in on him.
I don't know.
But again, you kind of see the tiger lines. You see, I guess, some kind of proof. But again, it looks very homemade. Like he's wearing some cargo pants that are white. He's got a hood. He's got, boots. It doesn't look like a very, elaborate suit. It's more, maybe they're taking a grounded approach for the character. We don't know, but
to me, do you think it's a copycat? Like somebody's copied to pretending to be him, and then maybe later on in the series you actually see the proper one or something like that. Because that's what it's screaming out to me. I'd say to me it looks like copycat all day long.
To me, I don't think so, because that would mean we'd already have to see a white tiger to get the copycat.
No, yeah.
On us, it's just something we haven't seen yet for some reason. But again, if this is White Tiger, maybe this is Muse. We don't know.
Yeah.
And what we're gonna get
weird to have...
would kind of make sense.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Maybe they've just made Muse look like that. I don't know.
It's just real red flags. Real red flags with this.
Yeah.
Really is.
So that's all the set photos. The first of...
Oh, by the way, if you want to see the set photos, go to Nate's stream. He'll have it all properly come up, and you see all properly out, all sort of thing. I should have really mentioned that beforehand when we got to it. But yeah, any set photos or videos or anything like that, go to Nate's stream and you'll see them all properly out. And this one, we can't get them up on StreamYard how we are now, so it's a bit complicated out. But yeah, go on to Nate's stream, you'll see it perfectly in that lot. But they are good, really good. Some of the ones I've not seen before in that lot. So yeah.
So again, spoiler warning if you are worried about spoilers for this. But our first video, we've got Matt up in a crane. He's swinging down to the street. I just think that looks awesome. He's going to This is Daredevil. He's doing some actually acrobatic stuff in this. Obviously, you see some very elaborate moves in She-Hulk. They were trying to lean into, I guess, the more comic accurate Daredevil, but if they're going the more grounded approach, I'd be interested to see how much of that will carry over into this. That just looks so cool. He's obviously screaming from the big club. He's going in for the tackle.
It does look really good. And how it looks like it's going to be filmed with them swooping down
the
with
camera
it
guy too.
for that tackle. That's going to look, that looks going to be so cool. That is to look into it. It'll be so nice.
I can really drop the camera from that height. Like maybe it's harnessed like to you, so like if you do let go, but that's a heavy camera too. So
yeah. You'd hope there's got to be some strapping to him to be with it, because my lord, one wrong move and that's gone.
so that's the first one. The second one, this is a bar fight in Josie's between You'll notice there's a background actress that is smiling. There, she's smiling. And I'm hoping they don't show that, because that looks again, we get like you're on a set when you're smiling like that when the fight's going on, it's like what the heck are you doing? I'm hoping they don't show if she's in the frame. Obviously there's people in there, so it's like you walk into that bar in the middle of the street.
Hopefully you'd think it's probably filmed on the other side, and they're just like behind them. They know you're going to be in shot, but that to me, if I saw that happening to them, obviously just going off that, I'd have the biggest grin on my face that I watched it, because I'd be like right big kids like,
like when I see this scene
hopefully that's not
I'm gonna be looking for that.
Well, yeah, you would be now, because you've seen this in like, don't shoot. Oh, thank God.
You're kind of like, you're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Third one, this is, I guess, leading into that fight. We've got Bullseye diving into the window. And you see Karen beside them she's got a gun, she's pointing a gun. Presumably at Bullseye. And after Daredevil swings in and tackles Bullseye, he pushes them into the window. So, like, that's how I think the scene is going to be structured. But that looks cool, the two of them diving into that window. Head first.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think what's going to lead on into him, like pulling him out of the way or taking him into there, sort of thing. So it's going to be interesting to see. But that affects their blast as well. So bleeding good. Really does that. He's got some brave boys as well. Yeah, I got another 15 minutes, mate. You're good for me on my end.
That's the third video. Now the last one. This could be spoilery. We don't know for sure, so be cautious with this one. But I'm gonna pull that over here.
It appears that John Bernthal's Punisher may indeed
again, the text makes it seem like this is what's happening.
Daredevil's Born Again. Boom.
But we don't know for sure if those two characters are even saying that's who it is. So I'm going to let it play once, then I'll explain. Okay, so it looks like the text says, the Punisher kills the White Tiger.
It appears that John Bernthal's
Punisher, if they're doing the corrupt cop storyline, this could just be someone abusing the symbol, or it is the Punisher. Again, we don't know for sure if that's actually White Tiger. It could just be news.
That looks to be John
and he's taking out news, so he's done with. Again, we don't know if this is before the overhaul, or if this is a new thing. So
you can't even really see if that's. You see the Punisher obviously symbol.
Yeah.
You can't even see if that's what's his name as the Punisher.
John Bernthal. Yeah. Like he's got a hood on, so you don't know who it is.
That's what I mean. You can't physically see his face. You just I know it's quite got that body type and that does look similar to him, but I don't know.
we have no idea for sure what is actually going on.
It appears that
like,
John
obviously someone dies,
Bernthal's
but we don't know who it is. We don't know who's doing it.
Be killing the White Tiger.
I'm interested to
hope
see
it's
what
not
this
this.
Born again.
plot point is.
Yeah,
Boom.
I just really
Incredible.
hope it's not that, because why would
That
you
looks
do
to be John Bernthal's Punisher.
something like that sort of thing? I know. I don't know. I can't see it myself. To me, it's just a massive red flag. Massive red flag there.
It appears
some don't
that
seem
John
right.
Bernthal's Punisher.
And if it is
may
White
indeed
Tiger,
be
that's
killing the
like a
White
very
Tiger
like
in
fast way
Daredevil's
to
Born Again.
like
Yeah.
bring up the character. Unless this is
Boom.
like a part of the finale,
Incredible.
because obviously they'll shoot it out of order from what we
That
think.
looks to
But
be John
Yeah.
Bernthal's Punisher.
maybe that's just how it ends for the White Tiger in this series. Like Punisher takes him out. If it is Muse, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Obviously,
It made
Daredevil
more
has
sense,
failed
really.
to
It
put him away,
appears
and
that
Punisher
John
said,
Bernthal's
I'll do it
Punisher
myself.
may
And
Oh,
indeed
yeah.
be killing the White
But
Tiger.
that's what he does.
in
Is literally,
Daredevil's
if you
Born
don't
Again.
do it the good way,
Boom.
he'll take things into his own
Incredible.
hands to go, sod it. I'll just eliminate them
That looks to
how
be
I know best. So I'd rather have it as Muse.
Yeah.
Because it make more sense to the whole like overarching thing. But I don't know. I hope it's not White Tiger. I really do.
Yeah, like, again, we have no idea if that's a part of the original version of
Yeah.
the series or if it's a part of the overhaul. So yeah, that's all the photos and videos I had. I know we should probably pick up here because we got a whole other segment. So now on to the future of Street-Level MCU. This is a big thing because obviously Marvel Spotlight is building up to something. I'm hoping they're setting up for the Devil's Reign adaptation. I'm really hoping they do. It's the finale to the Daredevil series. It's a huge scale story. Awesome too. Features a ton of characters. Like, again, if you haven't read it, then I highly recommend it. But what has been happening in the MCU up to this point, you've got Hawkeye, you've got Echo, we have Daredevil, and maybe Spider-Man 4. That seems like they're setting up a story with Kingpin being a presence to something greater in the end. So I'm hoping Spider-Man 4 is street level. Obviously, we'll talk more about that in the Sony and Marvel stream, but there's been some complications between Sony and Marvel Studios for that.
Is there? I didn't realise that.
Oh, you haven't heard?
Oh, no, that is news to me. Christ.
So Sony wants it to be a multiverse story, and Marvel Studios wants it to be grounded. They want to bring Toby and Andrew back again because it made them money for No Way Home.
So just wait till Secret Wars then.
Exactly, yeah.
Simple. Just, there's no need to have Spider-Man 4 as a big shebang. You've had your big shebang. Now he's a nobody, basically.
Exactly.
He's on his own.
Let us get the grounded story.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's what I think up to this point we know would be the street level story. So I was thinking, what other potential street level projects are coming? I thought Captain America Brave New World. Is it considered street level? Personally, I don't think so because of the Hulk involvement.
So.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Maybe they pull a twist on it, but again, I don't really think it is because the Hulks are involved in some way.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's Captain America. He can have a grounded approach because obviously the Winter Soldier proved that. So do you think Captain America Brave New World could be adding on to this story?
I think so, to be honest. Because it just seems what I've seen and heard is going to be very, like, sort of grounded, but you're going to have the threat of, not the threat, but the looming thing of Thunderbolt Ross turning into the Red Hulk and that sort of thing of the top of it. But I don't know what I'm thinking. I think it's going to add more to the grounded sort of level. It's not going to be, I don't think it'll be a Marvel Spotlight sort of one because obviously that just seems to be for the series, but it'll have elements of grounded stuff, in my opinion, anyway. Not like it might not be that in the end, but that's what I'd say in my opinion, anyway.
The only thing I could see in that is maybe at the end there's some kind of political, change, and they do mention New York with the mayor race or something like that. But yeah, that's what I thought for Cap 4. For Thunderbolts, I thought maybe that one, but then Also, it's a political espionage globe-trotting movie. It's probably not going to be just contained to New York.
No, so for that, I think that's going to be the version of the Suicide Squad that is for us.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and
now, this isn't really spoilers for Devil's Reign, but the Thunderbolts are Fisk's peacekeeping force when he's mayor. So multiple villains that are already in the MCU are on that version of the team. There's U.S. Agent, he's basically their leader. You have Taskmaster, Abomination. There's a few others that we haven't seen yet, just because...
I know the Punisher's... the Punisher's in a form of the Thunderbolts, I know.
Not in
as
that
well as
version, but I guess.
Oh, yeah. Not in that version, yeah. So I know the Punisher's in a form of the Thunderbolts, as well as Elektra's in it as well, on a form of the Thunderbolts that I've seen anyway. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so personally, I don't think Thunderbolts could, as the movie itself, I don't think that will connect to it, but maybe the characters carry on into a potential Devil's Reign movie or something like that. So what do you think about Thunderbolts?
Yeah, with them, like you said, the characters they've got, I do think that they could be very grounded sort of thing and have that sort of element. I know Kingpin has used the Thunderbolts as these little, not armor, but minions basically, sort of thing, to do his dirty work in some cases. So I'd like to see if there's going to be any sort of connection there. I don't think there will be, because I think it'll be a lot more bigger and wider scale, but it's another one I'm looking forward to be honest.
Yeah, and it's going to build off of Cap 4 too, so I'm interested to see if they're leaning into the Celestial coming out of the ground and it has adamantium, and this team's going into there to get the adamantium before anyone else does. But we could talk about that in another time.
Yeah.
So the next one I thought of was maybe Blade. Personally, I think maybe it's more to the supernatural side, but it's like a supernatural street level side. Like he's not a super fantastical character, but I don't think it's building up to Devil's Reign. It's probably building up for a Midnight Suns project.
Now that would be so good.
Yeah.
I would love to see that sort of thing. Right, so obviously when I played the game, you had Spider-Man in it, you had bleeding Daredevil in it, you had Deadpool, you had Blade, Doctor Strange, Wolverine, I think Psylocke was in it. There's so many different characters. It looks so good. So that will be really.
And I think Agatha later this year is going to add on to what could come out of that too, because I've heard some things about that, some rumors that maybe could bring in some more characters, maybe. So I'm not going to spoil anything in case that's true, but the last thing I wanted to mention was Fisk's future role as like a big bad. So obviously he has to be built up to become the mayor of New York. Again, like I said before, I think you'll get the election results in the finale of Born Again.
Yeah.
Maybe and hopefully he's the mayor in Spider-Man 4 if that's the next project. You'd finally get that Spider-Man and Daredevil team up. You'd finally get, that the Street-Level universe is growing. Maybe other heroes join in, and it does set up the full-scale Devil's Reign project. And just everyone loves Vincent D'Onofrio in the role. Like, I would love to see him play the character forever. I can't wait to see him and Daredevil go at it in this series and what his role going forward is in the MCU, because I think he's got a bright future. So does the future of Street-Level MCU. I think we're in a great spot for what they're building up to if it does go to Devil's Reign. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Fisk taking on that huge role going forward.
I do think he's got to be around for a long time, to be honest, because there's so many different storylines you can do with him. There's so many different characters you can interact with. The stories are just endless with him. So I definitely do think he's got to be here for a long time, and he's got to interact with a lot because he has been in a lot of different comics and that lot. So yeah, I definitely hope he's on the lengthy time as Thanos was, but as not to that huge scale sort of.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's all I've got for my notes. I don't know if you've got anything else to add. I know we're pretty much at your end.
You're nearly the cut off, but yeah, it literally. I hate to say again, two brain winds like connected straight away. It's literally everything I've pretty much put down here. Like, just like well, the other thing I was saying is like throughout the series, I can just see the underworld with Kingpin just gaining more and more power in that lot, and they're not going to be afraid to show themselves, sort of thing. To be honest, that lot, and I'd like to see if there'll be any other like what's the word? Not other big bads, but other characters to come out from it, sort of thing. So obviously you've seen Bullseye, you've seen Kingpin. I'd like to see if they maybe mention the Hand, you maybe get a reanimated Elektra, something like that. I'd like to see if there's any more like that sort of thing, which I'd be quite interested to see.
Because if they do Elektra, she also plays a huge role in like the Darsky series and Devil's Reign. So, yeah, that would be really cool if we get to see the original actress play her too.
Oh yeah, you got to bring her back. She was just fantastic as Elektra, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I know there's hints at the original Bird in the film playing Elektra
in Deadpool.
Was it Deadpool? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes across that lot. So yeah, at the moment, touch wood, the MCU and Marvel in general is just on a high.
I did also see on the topic of that. Bob Iger, the CEO of Walt Disney Studios, or just the company, said that he believes Deadpool and Wolverine is one of the best Marvel Studios projects they've done in years. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
damn.
There's been a few. There's been a few other filmmakers that have praised what they have seen from it. So this looks like it's going to be a huge one. But again, we also saw what happened for The Flash. A lot of people were saying The Flash was the greatest comic book movie ever made, and it was kind of disappointing. So,
all I'm going to say to that is, don't take my initials in vain, and it's DC. That's all I'm saying. What do you expect?
I mean, yeah,
that was the film that killed the DCEU, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Well, again, there was Aquaman 2, and
oh yeah, that was one.
That
didn't help.
No, I wouldn't invest your time into that because I regret it.
As you'll come to learn around WrestleMania season, me and Aquaman don't get along. You'll see why. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll be really looking forward to this series. It's going to be so damn good now, and yeah, just wow. I can't wait for it now. It's a shame we've got to wait a year, but as long as the MCU projects are going to keep hitting out of the park, I just can't wait. I think the next MCU project's now X-Men 97,
March 20th.
Which is that next week? I think it is. Or the week after. So yeah, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be so good in that. So yeah. I'll say it now as well. There won't be no live stream unfortunately next week, due to things just coming up and that lot. But week after we should be all right to go back on. But you'll see if you follow us on socials anyway and that lot, and I'll put it up on my community page as well on the channel. Just say like, running things with live streams and stuff. But yeah, check out on the channel. This Friday will be the next episode of mine and Editor Sackboy Shane's Fortnite rundown. We'll try and get that golden crown, and yeah, you'll see. Have you got anything coming up on your channel, Nate?
Not any videos planned right now. I've got a few shorts that drop every day. I've kind of got those kind of lined up just to kind of add more to the channel, but yeah, I haven't got any videos planned right now, but again, if you follow the socials, I've got them in my stream too, so anyone can see them. But yeah, I'm always keeping everyone updated for what I've got planned, and yeah, maybe I'll get something going soon.
Good to hear, my friend. Now, well, so like I say, thank you very much for joining us on another Project Assemble live stream. Always great to talk to my friend Nate in. I go support our Nate on Thwip Media, a brilliant channel, just fantastic work and that sort of thing. Just say you made the intro for us today, and with the intro going forward on the channel, will be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, go and check out my good friend Nate, and we'll see you all next time on another episode of Project Assemble.
I also want to say thank you to
Bye,
Roy
and see you soon.
Thank you for joining.
Oh, Oh yes. Brilliant comments as well, my friend Lars. Lovely to have somebody watch us on the channel and give us your feedback, Lars. Yeah, brilliant to interact with you all. So yeah, thank you very much, and see you soon again.